So now you have done some pretty great collaborations through your career, and I heard something about Garth Brooks, I thought.
Yeah, Garth's a good friend of mine. He's a really, really incredible dude, and I've had the opportunity to sit down and work with them, and had the opportunity to sit down and work with them and talk with them, and we wrote a song that's on his new record. It's already out. You can pre-download it right now if you get his new record, and it's the opening song to his new tour, especially a big love letter to his fan base, and it was an incredible honor to be a part of that. And he brought the idea to me, and we sat down, and in my head I went, all right, what would vintage 1990s Garth Brooks do? And we sat down and we scratched out this old school 90s sounding country song. It's just a big love letter, man, and it was really good. And he's honestly one of the best people that I think I've ever met, man. Just down to earth, for being as big as he is, worldwide superstar, you know. Mm-hmm. Just completely down to earth, and will do anything for you, and shake your hand, look you dead in the eye, man. It's a good dude.
Yeah, the honor of meeting him when he was here in town.
Yeah, he sold out, what, 3 or 4 nights in a row here at United Spirit Arena?
I mean, he's so down to earth.
That's the goal, man. Mm-hmm. That's the goal.
Those two are a great inspiration in terms of finding that right someone to be with. So much great music is inspired from that as well. Do you have a dream collaboration or someone who you'd like to
I mean, with? Garth's a pretty hard one to beat, I guess, but I mean, I
mean, you did open for George.
Yeah, I did. I've known George for. I mean, I'm not good friends or nothing, but I did open up for George Strait on his final tour. At the time it was a final tour. Now he's back to playing in Vegas, but I've got to talk to him a few times and never write with him. And I think the only people he writes with nowadays is his son and Dean Dillon. Yeah. But anyway, he's as far as collaboration, it would be great to write with Dean Dillon. I hadn't done that, and I'd like to. I've talked to him a bunch before about it. I'm a big Paul Overstreet fan too. He's a great writer, and I haven't written with him. I guess it might be Clint Black too. Before I was a George Strait fan, I was a Clint Black fan, and he does write up his songs. And I've gotten the chance to write with his guitar player Hayden Nicholas, who's helped Clint write all those hit songs on his first 3, 4, 5 albums. And again, I mean, I'm not finished yet, so I'm sure I'll be able to get along with these guys someday.
Oh, absolutely.
I sure hope so, at least.
Anybody that leaves you starstruck?
Oh, for me, silly enough, it'd probably be a baseball player or an athlete. I'm a big sports fan, and I think being a musician, I don't get starstruck that often. Even with George Strait, meeting him is just, I don't know, for whatever reason. The last time I was starstruck in my life, I was 18 years old. It was Johnny Gimble, who played for Bob Wills and Texas Playboys. Oh. And it was just because when I shook his hand, I wasn't starstruck before I met him. When I shook his hand, I looked him in the eye, and he said, like, "How you doing, son?" I just thought, this guy's shaking the hands of presidents and world leaders and Elvis Presley, just everyone under the sun. I mean, and Bob, and that really got me struck for a second. But again, I was 18 and really new to the scene and brand new to the scene. But since then, I've been, I guess, fortunate that I haven't acted too silly and made a fool of myself. How about you?
You didn't fangirl on nobody, huh?
Yeah, no, not yet. How about you?
I mean, it's the same thing, man. I didn't really get. Everybody's like, "How are you going to handle this Garth situation?" And it's like, well, man, I'm going to treat him just like I would treat anybody else.
Exactly.
And I don't know, man. I didn't really get. I mean, it was incredible sitting in the room where he recorded every song he ever recorded and writing with him, and that was like, you just kind of soak that in and take it in. But as far same thing. To start getting starstruck with somebody. I mean, Tony Romo is my hero, man. Tony Romo, Troy Aikman. I'd probably, Jason Witten. I would definitely like.
So you're a Texans fan?
Cowboys fan.
Just kidding.
I like the Texans too, though. Don't get me wrong.
If you could play a sport professionally, what would it be?
Football, absolutely. Football. I'm a big football fan.
I'd be baseball.
You'd be baseball.
Yeah. I grew up playing baseball. I still love to play, but I don't know. I'm not really built for professional sports. If you know me very well, so.
You guys are like
basketball for sure. That'd be mine. Yeah.